Hello there, I am John Harder, aka Wealth Wiz. I'm coming to you live from Nayarit, Mexico. This is live broadcast number 205, I believe. Let me just check here, actually. Broadcast number 205. The world is changing, and I think this is something that doesn't take very much these days to realize it. Maybe if we're listening to the news media, we might not notice it as much. I'm not sure, because they are always busy portraying a false picture of what is going on. Always pretty much the opposite of what the truth is. Had humanity caught on to that, but when television was first invented, which has been the biggest tool used to deceive and mislead humanity, it would have been so much. It would have been so much easier, because deception wouldn't have gotten rooted in like it has now. But we can make a decision to blame, to get angry, to be mad at those people, to I don't know where, how people deal with it. Now, I'll admit, however, that for a few years since I heard about it, even though I didn't really want to. I didn't want to be angry. I didn't want to, hurt myself by the way I feel about what has happened. But, there's a couple of things we need to reckon with when we make our decision as to how we want to react or think about what has happened, about where we're at in life, what has happened to the planet, what has happened to humanity, what has happened to our freedom, what has happened to, in every area we look. Now, here's the thing, guys. The world is run by a cult of death. It's a death cult that is operating and that is running this world. And of course, right now, because of the awakening of humanity, as some of us have now for a couple of years, and some for, I have literally, for instance, like David Icke and Jeff Berwick, as well as, a number of others have quite a number of years that they have been working so hard to wake up humanity. But it seems like it's easier to sit and watch the box of deception, the death cult, the program that's put on by the death cult, you know, the television programming. It's called programming for a reason. Well, all of that, you know, for us to wake up people, to help people realize what kind of a world we live in, we have first need to notice the problem that we're having. We first need to notice that. And for most people, they know deep down that, yeah, there is a problem, but they have no idea what it is. And why don't they? Because of the false, you know, because the television programming where they constantly pay attention to, it is a program of deception and lies. And that is where that's where they pay their attention to. And so in order for that to change, they've got to wake up. They've got to somehow come across people who are oh, thank you very much for joining me here, Rezaur. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. But as we wake up to this death cult, that's when we can, you know, we begin to looking for solutions. You see, there is a solution for every problem under the sun. There is always a solution. But when we don't know the problem, then we don't look for the solution. Now, the TBC is a wonderful solution. It's one of many. There are many solutions to this, but TBC is a wonderful solution. It is. It definitely covers the you know, the aspect of poverty, and which it can also only do if we can spread it out enough to enough people, because there is no sense in having just, you know, a couple of million people in TBC and having all this wealth when the world isn't operating on it. You see, we've got to bring it to the point where it becomes commonplace in the market, you know, where it commonly becomes in the market becomes the medium of exchange. Oh, from Bangladesh. I am in Mexico. That's good to see you. I'm glad you joined me. Now, this is what you're finding when you familiarize yourself with what TBC, what the mission of TBC is. You see, TBC is the mission with a currency, or with a medium of exchange, we could say. And now, in order for us to change the way this world operates, we need to operate differently than under the central control that we are subjected under. And this that change needs to be made by us as humans, as the general people. I mean, you can look at almost any country nowadays, and you can see the uniqueness of the culture, of all of that, unique, that it basically has been demolished. People aren't unique anymore. They're not, well, before I contradict what I say in other videos, let me just clarify that. We are all unique in the field of infinite intelligence. We're all completely uniquely identified. However, every culture, every country, every you know, many times in one country there are many different cultures that have sustained their uniqueness in you know, in certain rituals, in the way they do things and stuff like that. Well, most of that has disappeared to a large extent. I'm not saying that it is disappearing completely, but what we see is we see large chains that are global chains of corporations. Like, for instance, the pharmaceutical industry is global, and it's a global. Well, just think about it. Think about who it's operated under. It's operated, it's created, has been created, and is run by a death cult. So how much good do you think there is in those medicines and all of that? You know, the medications. It's poison. It's poison. And then you have we have chains like McDonald's, like you know, these kind of things. Well, these are massive change, global chains, I mean, of businesses. Well, they're bringing robots in to serve people. Come on, guys, we got to be able to see what that means. We've got to be able to see it. We can't just go and say, oh, wow, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, we've got a robot now that is taking the jobs of about 10 people. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And then go there and buy the food. Guys, we got to stay away from those places. We got to stay away from those places. Let's start producing life. Don't serve the cult of death. Don't serve the cult of death. You've got to make a decision. We want to serve people. We want to add value to the lives of people. And that is what TVC is about. That is what Kringle's is about. Is for us, it's a way of adding value to the lives of people. Okay? And if that isn't our passion, then what passion do we have? There are so many different ways in which we can add value to people's lives. Okay, let me name a few. Art. There are artists that can draw and paint arts that are so incredibly beautiful that people literally pay millions of dollars for a piece of art. Why? Because it adds value to your life. It adds value to their life. Now, maybe you're not into art, and in which case, maybe it doesn't add value to you. But how about when you read an inspiring portion of scripture, like maybe a blog post. Maybe a person has written a blog post, that an idea that they have, you know, how to help people, or maybe it's an idea of how we can change from the Industrial Revolution back to a self-sustainable society. And maybe you read something like that and you're saying, wow, yeah, that we can do this. And you're inspired by that, you know? That's how we add value to the lives of people. And of course, there are ways of serving people. Maybe you're working for a person and you're giving your best. Well, then you're adding value, to the person you're working for, and to the people, maybe the customers that come by. If you're working in a store, you give your best, and your you give your best of your intelligence. You have a very pleasant attitude and so on. You're adding value. Okay. So there are so many ways in which we can add value to people's lives. And that's what it's about. And there are no robots that can add value to people's lives. Robots can't add value. They're dead. They're dead. It's from the cult of death, from the cult of destruction. So we need to move away from serving that cult and move to living life in abundance, giving value to the lives of other people. The greatest joy can be found in adding value to other people's lives. The greatest joys can be found in that. Like, think about it. Think about it. If you, let's say you had an idea about how to do something that people will really, people are looking for a solution for something, and you come up with an idea that you can just clearly see in your mind that this is a great idea, this is really work. And so you write the article, or you write the book, or you make videos, or whatever it is, so that people get the understanding of what you are thinking. And when they understand it, they're saying, wow, this is a solution. This is a solution to a problem that we've had for so long. This is awesome. I want to pay this person for that. You've added value to people. You've added value to people's lives. Now, how does Kringle add value to people's lives? Well, many, many people are in poverty. Kringle.cash is a global program. We can operate anywhere. As far as I know, we're not banned from any country. And where people need cash flow, the Kringle.cash system can give them cash flow, because you can make your money from people that are halfway around the world from where you are. That's the beauty about an online platform like Kringle's, that you can make money from not from people, but through people. See, I believe that money does not come from people. It comes through people, but not from people. It comes from God. It comes from infinite intelligence. All things come from the same place. There's only one place in the entire universe where everything comes from, and money comes from the same place. So does Kringle, so does TBC, so does the mission that we have of ending global poverty. It all comes from one place. Now, people who operate negatively in that power, they serve the cult of death, because it's destructive. It's self-destructive as well as destructive to other people. This is why we need to be tuned in and grounded to the truth, grounded to the source of life. When we're grounded to the source of life, then it will meet all our needs. It will meet all our needs, always. Nobody needs to be poor. Nobody. Okay, so if you're watching this and you would like to learn more about the Kringle.cash system, how you can make money, how you can cash flow, having cash come to you through people from halfway around the world, well, then check out the links below this video, and I'll be happy to help you get started, to start cash flowing and start making money and start adding value to other people's lives. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Who else all has tuned in here? Obviously, there's one or two people that are not in the chat, and I want to thank you for listening in. If you can do so, please click the like button. If you like this, only if you like it. Be honest, okay? Be honest. Don't like it if you don't. And if you're not subscribed to my channel and you like this content, then click the subscribe button too. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, and peace.